Welcome back. Today we are going to look into the second method into solving a non-right angle triangle. So the second method is called the cosine rule. And again, just like the sine rule, it'll help us find the sides and angles to a non-right angle triangle. Okay, so I've got the first formula here. C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB times cos C. See how here, right? See how here, these must correspond to each other. If I need to find the unknown side of a non-right angle triangle, then in my formula, it must have its corresponding angle. If I were to find the angle on a non-right angle triangle, the cosine, you would need to have the corresponding side to it. Okay, so second formula here, all right, the first one is finding the unknown side. Second one is to find the unknown angle. Cos C equals to A squared plus B squared minus C squared, right? Finding cos C or angle C needs to correspond to C side C, which is C squared, all over 2AB, okay? Now, like I said, the angle and the side needs to correspond to each other. So for example, if I were to, let's say the question asked me, find side A. Yeah, find side A, then I need to use the corresponding angle of A, right? Which is basically the opposite of the side or of the angle. So then I would need to tweak my formula to be like this. A squared equals to B squared plus C squared minus BC times cos, right? I'm finding unknown side A, cos angle A. Okay, again, if I were to try and find an unknown angle, right? Let's say angle B, that means it must correspond to the side B. Therefore, again, my formula will tweak. It'll be cos B, angle B is the unknown angle I need to find, equal to A squared plus C squared minusing our corresponding side squared, okay? Minus B squared, all over 2AC. All right, this will make sense when we do the example and why. Now, like our sine rule, for us to know when to use a sine rule, we need to look for a cross. For the cosine rule, what we need to look for is actually a different thing, a different symbol. So let's say, for example, I am trying to find the angle C, right? And I got given A, B, and C, their side lengths of it, right? What I'm trying to find is, all right, if I'm trying to find what angle C is, right? I don't know what that is. I need to see, okay, there are two sides here, right? Let's see if we can make a TP, right? Just like in our area of a triangle, right? And then from where the angle that I'm trying to find, I want to draw a line where it matches to my opposite side or my corresponding side. And the symbol that I see is an arrow. Okay. Same goes with finding an unknown side. I need to make sure that this straight line here needs to be corresponded to my corresponding angle. It'll make sense when we do an example, right? So find X. I need to find the side length X. Okay, we need to make sure that we are using cosine or sine. Remember, there's two methods now. Sine needs to be used with a cross method. I don't think we got that. So with the cosine rule, right, I got an angle and I got two sides in between it. This looks like a TP. Then I need to make sure that this angle 15 is corresponded to my unknown angle, no, my unknown side, which it does. That means I'm going to use cosine. See how here it's not a labeled triangle? Therefore, I can just use this angle right here. Oh, sorry, not angle, this formula, right? If, let's say, they had already labeled that triangle just like my triangle on the left, right? That means I need to tweak it to something either like this, okay? Depending on what I'm trying to find. But because it is not labeled, I can just use the general equation, general formula, which is c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab times cos c. Then I'll just substitute. What am I trying to find? X. Okay. X squared equal to a squared, which is 18 plus 23 squared minus 2 times 18 times 23 times cos. All right. My unknown side is x. The corresponding angle to that side is 15. So I'm going to write 15. Right. What is the opposite of a square? It's a square root. Right. So I'm going to square root both sides also. Just going to do it together. Therefore, my answer will be x equal to square root of 18 squared plus 23 squared minus 2 times 18 times 23 times cos 15. Okay, put that into the calculator and you should get 7.29 centimeters as my unknown side. Okay, that's example 1. Example 2, find theta. Okay, I have 2 types of methods. I need to double check which one I need to use. Okay, I'm trying to find angle theta. Right, it's not labeled, so I can just use the general formula. Okay, this looks like a TP here. Then the angle that I'm trying to find theta, its opposite side is there, where the 6 meters are. It's an arrow. Therefore, I'm going to use cosine. I'm going to write it down. Cos c equals a squared plus b squared minus c squared all over 2ab. All right, let's substitute. Cos theta equals to 3 squared plus 7 squared minus our corresponding side to theta, which is 6. So 6 squared all over 2 times 3 times 7. All right, that's my A and B. Now, let's find, how do I get to theta? The inverse of cos is cos inverse, or cos dash 1. For all the stuff that I just put in at the top, so 3 squared plus 7 squared minus 6 squared all over 2 times 3 times 7. Close it up, put that into your calculator, and you should get 58 degrees and 25 minutes, which is to the nearest minute. Okay, and that is it. Easy. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.